Hello, my name is Alex DelafuentemenaA. I was born and raised in Mexico, where I spent most of my formative years and my early career in art. I've always had the support of my family, which has enabled me to follow my dreams with a passion. In addition to that, here in Mexico we have a rich history and culture, which is influenced by numerous indigenous tribes and the classical artists. Many, which are often displayed in a multitude of the museums that my parents took me to when I was a young girl. After working in a small production company here in Mexico, I decided to expand my horizons and strengthen my artistic skills in order to contribute positively to the evolving art history of the world. I get drawn to beautiful images with strong compositions and lighting and creative storytelling. Please allow me to share some with you. My favorite artist of all time, right now, is Cory Loftus. His designs seem light and mischievous at the same time. I also enjoy the way that his line work comes out. Also, I've always loved Jamie Hewlett of the Gorillaz fame. His traditional work is also sublime. Aurélien Prédal makes wonderful worlds filled with extravagant colors. Fabien Mens's creatures spring to life from the screen. One day, I hope to be as great as they are. Yes, I would say that my aesthetic is mischievous and fun. On the little free time that I have in between projects, I like to rest by making more art. And there is nothing better than to participate in a community of like-minded artists. And that is why I enjoy to participate in the Character Design Challenge. This is precisely what this piece was made for. This was made this past March, as a redesign of a character from the much-loved Legend of Zelda. This is Charlie, the main character from my thesis project. I really like the direction for where this is going, but the final design will likely change for the final presentation. These ladies here were made for my character design class, taught by Scotland Barnes, and for this assignment I wanted to explore shape and personality. These girls were done for a project for the Academy of Art Animation Division, where they wanted me to design a new rig for the animation students. It was meant to be a design of a little sister who is mischievous and active. Next, for the same project, they asked me to design a grandma for the same family. The real challenge is that they expected somebody who was very old, but spry and active. And keeping in mind the existing rig is the reason why I didn't modify the silhouette too much between each sketch. This is an iterative design for a little potion shop that a potion salesman uses as a house and a place of business. I thought it'd be fun if he used an enchanted pumpkin as the basis of his house, since enchanted pumpkins are a recurring item in fairy tales. This is an early exploration of a greenhouse. I think it shows a little bit of restraint, but also the feeling that I wanted to express, and that is why I included it here. Then, this guy is Sir Balin, as an exploration of style and inspired by a podcast I listen to often called the Myths and Legends Podcast. He's an Arthurian knight and is modeled after the fashions of the time, with a homeless feel to it, to really give him that savage look. This is a card designed for a contest, for the Disney Imagineer, where the challenge was to create a public service, which Disney would be in charge of. We chose to create a public transportation system in Arlington, Texas, since they surprisingly lack one. It's meant to have that police and bandits feel to it. That's why it's got arrows sticking out of it. My thesis project is laden with creature designs, and this is a denizen of a frozen wonderland, which is actually inside of a magical freezer. I conceptualized the meats coming back to life by some sort of magic and tormenting the protagonist. This is the aforementioned potion salesman, who is very young and naive, but hardworking and helpful. This is a little witch that I made for posting on Instagram. More often than not, you can expect to see work like this on most of my social media. This is Lady Lyanna Mormont, of the popular TV show Game of Thrones. I was keen to show her fierce nature despite her very short age. For this point on, I'm looking forward to get my foot on the door of the animation industry. And I plan on doing so by creating compelling stories, believable worlds, and appealing characters. and by demonstrating it through my thesis and various side projects. My dream is to become one of the greats. Why? Because the world needs magic, and only through art can we keep it alive. Once, a wise man said that doctors, economists, and farmers are all very noble professions, necessary for keeping us alive. But the duty of a poet, sculptor, and artist is to give us a reason to live for. I think it's very true nowadays, and media can help us have a very positive influence and bring people together. And that is my goal. Here is my website so far. I will be adding to it a button which allows the visitor to view the site by project as well. Here is the landing page meant to entice the visitors to see the following pages. I start off with characters, since I think it's my strongest skill, as well as what I enjoy designing the most. Then, here are some samples of my creatures. This section is pretty small for now, but I will increase in number pretty soon, of my prop designs and backgrounds. This is the area that I want to focus on more, since backgrounds are basically secondary characters, and there's a lot of excellent work out there that inspires me. Keep in touch with me through my social media platforms and email. I own an account on Tumblr, Instagram, and Facebook. I promise I will respond to you as soon as possible, no matter how small the question or comment. Thank you very much for listening to me. This has been a pleasure.